So it's official, the Halo remake is called Halo Campaign Evolved and is a complete rebuild of Halo Combat Evolved for current generation consoles. Now, although this has been one of the worst kept secrets in the entire gaming industry, it feels like everyone's known this is going to happen. And as part of that rumor, one of the major things was that Halo was going to go cross-platform, and that's exactly what's happened with this, Halo Campaign Evolved. It's releasing day one on all Xbox platforms, as well as Steam and PS5. So that is a pretty dramatic shift away from what Halo originally was, which was an Xbox game through and through, and not just any Xbox game, but one which plucked the Xbox from irrelevance, and you could even say a certain death. And that is what we have here with Halo Campaign Evolved. It's the game that saved Xbox now being released on PS5. And I guess you could sort of draw the comparison that Xbox isn't in a particularly decent position right now, and Halo Campaign Evolved could be sort of mirroring what it did originally in 2001 for Xbox, again by releasing on PS5, if that makes any sort of sense. Once again, it's Halo which is going to pluck the Xbox from what looks like an uncertain future if Halo Campaign Evolved actually performs well, which it's looking like it will. And everyone talking about this on social media is saying how this has ended the console wars for good, which, you know, I wasn't participating in those wars anyway, but I suppose the sentiment is true and they're online. So whichever way you cut this, Halo releasing on the PS5 and PC day one, with the original Halo game being remade, is pretty staggeringly massive news. And even for me, which is obviously running a Halo Wars 2 channel, I feel like this is a pretty dramatic shift towards a new direction for the Halo series, and one which will definitely probably affect the sub-series like Halo Wars and maybe other spin-offs in the future. Because we do know that alongside this, Halo Studios are meant to be working on other games, and we don't know what those are because they've not talked about it, but other games is plural, that's more than one. So I don't know, what could the future hold for things like this in Halo Wars 3? Releasing on PS5 is a pretty big deal, and I think this has essentially opened the door for the games to be way bigger than they originally could be on just one platform. So the reason I'm saying this is because I think that is only a good thing for the Halo brand and for a game like Halo Wars 3. If that releases on PS5, kind of like they've done for the Age of Mythology game, it just has a bigger audience and it can prosper and more people can play it, which is a good thing. So this is a sort of toe in the water for one of the biggest franchises on the Xbox, and I think this could only mean good things for the future of Halo. And if we then look to the future after this has been out a few years, they're probably going to look at doing more spin-off series because Halo is now open to a broader audience. So only good things from here, presuming that this does well, which I think it will. Alright, so let's get a few housekeeping things about Halo Campaign Evolved out of the way. Some simple metrics here. You can play it on PC, you can play it on the Series X and S, and you can also play it on PS5. It has local co-op for 2 players, and online co-op for 2 to 4 players, and it also has split screen, which is the local co-op part of that. But interestingly, the online co-op part of that is cross-platform, which means you can play on Xbox with someone who's playing on PC, and you can play on PC with someone who's playing on PS5, and all of those vice versa. So you could have 3 different platforms all playing co-op in the same game, which is really, really cool. And that also says cross-progression support, so I presume that means you could start playing the game on PC, and your save will be waiting for you on PlayStation, for example. So as well as all the interesting things about split screen and cross-platform play, it also states that this has updated cinematics, refined controls, and here's the big one, 3 brand new prequel missions featuring the Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson. And in addition to that, it says a broader arsenal of weapons, vehicles, enemies, and gameplay modifying skulls. So we are getting new content. Words cannot describe how exciting I think that is. Prequel missions featuring Johnson and Master Chief. God only knows what they could be, but this is exactly what I wanted from a Halo remake. It seems like it's been pretty faithful with what I've seen so far, and that's the gameplay you're watching here. This is the Silent Cartographer. You can go and watch it for yourself via the link in the top pinned comment. But a remake should stay faithful to the game, which it looks like it is doing, but also add new things, which they have confirmed they are doing via 3 new missions. I don't want to dwell on this too much because we don't know exactly what they are, but this is, in my opinion, what you want to see from a remake. A pretty one-to-one recreation plus some new stuff which you might not expect. And I'm really pleased that they're going down this route because there's lots of other source material like, Halo the Flood or Halo First Strike that they could use as source material for these missions, but we'll have to wait and see. This is really cool stuff. So with all of that being said, what do I actually think about this? What is my personal opinion on Campaign Evolved? Well, from what I've seen, I've scrutinized the footage and it's all there in 4K for you to watch yourself in the top pinned comment. And I've got to say, I think it looks fantastic. Halo Combat Evolved is my favorite Halo game, and to see it remade in this fidelity, in a way which is so similar to the original art style of the game, is really, really refreshing, because I wasn't really keen on the old remake, which is Halo Anniversary. And just actually a side note, which I thought was an interesting observation, all of the Halo studios have made Combat Evolved in one way or another as their first game. So obviously Bungie made Halo Combat Evolved, then 343 took the reins and they made Halo Anniversary. Now Halo Studios has made Halo Campaign Evolved, which is a remake of Halo 1. So all of the Halo studios which have made Halo games have made a remake of Halo 1, or Halo 1 if you're Bungie. I'm not really sure if that means anything. It's just an interesting observation I thought about while recording this. But yeah, it looks absolutely great, and I love what this means for the future of the series, because it's on bigger platforms, it's on more platforms, it's on the PS5, it's ended the console wars and all of that sort of stuff, and I think the future for Halo looks really bright. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a big first step for what we can see in the future when it comes to Halo Wars 3, like I've briefly mentioned at the start of this video. But that being said, I cannot wait to play this. Like I said, this is my favorite Halo game, and I'm really glad that it's been shown this love with Campaign Evolved. Anyway, normal Halo Wars 2 programming will resume at the normal time tomorrow. This is a bonus upload for those of you who are in the Halo universe like I am. And I'm going to leave you with the remainder of this gameplay because it's only, I think, 13 minutes long, and I've jabbered for less than 10. So enjoy Campaign Evolved gameplay, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Smell one, tossing one, please.
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system. Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft. We need to go to the main facility. Let's head back down the beach.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them.